Whether a person truly cultivates themselves can be seen by whether they are calm and quiet. Master Ding Hong meditates in silence and often reflects on his own faults. This focus is very important. Whether a person truly cultivates themselves can be seen by whether they are calm and quiet, because only in tranquility can one resonate with samadhi. I've never seen someone who has attained samadhi who talks all day long. It just doesn't happen. Such people are always focused and speak very little. Even in Confucianism, a gentleman is measured by his actions and words, by his reputation and conduct, and by how he treats others with respect. At such times, your reputation comes from your actions. You act swiftly and decisively, but ordinarily, you should speak little and be reserved, keeping your senses in check and maintaining self-control. Only then can your practice continue steadily over the years, so it's important to remain calm and quiet in daily life. Of course, sitting in meditation also includes times when you are standing or walking. The same principle applies. No matter what you are doing, you should always reflect on your own faults. When we constantly reflect on our own faults, our wandering mind will naturally be restrained. But if you are always noticing other people's mistakes, your attention is focused outward in defense, which is completely contrary to the practice of Buddha recitation samadhi. So, always reflecting on your own faults is actually a way to guard your mind. Throughout history, those who achieved spiritual transcendence all mastered the art of guarding the mind. Look at how Mencius talked about learning. It all comes down to nothing else but seeking out the lost heart and bringing it back. The mind that you let wander, the mind that drifts aimlessly and carelessly, if you can pull it back, if you can reclaim it, that is the true practice. It doesn't matter how many scriptures you have read, what matters is whether you truly have the skill to rein in your mind. So, constantly reflecting on your own faults is the depth of a sage or a gentleman. When a person is studying, he pays close attention to every thought and intention that arises within him. Ask yourself, is this thought aligned with goodness or with evil? What is evil? Selfishness and self-interest are evil. Greed, anger, ignorance, and arrogance are evil. On the other hand, selflessness and the willingness to help others are good. Being able to let go of your own desires, that is goodness. If you are constantly examining your own thoughts and using this practical effort to observe your intentions, how would you have the time or energy to criticize others' faults? If you start by not talking about others' faults, you naturally won't become arrogant. All these disputes about right and wrong are pointless matters. Anyone who is always arguing about right and wrong has a hardened heart. At their core, their mind is already evil. So, as the ancients said, those who are obsessed with right and wrong are looked down upon by others. Such people are not truly good. Why is that? Because their minds are always running outward, getting entangled in external conditions, and becoming deeply attached to making distinctions. So when you encounter such people, just don't engage with them, just keep to yourself. If they go on and on about right and wrong, you just respond with a mittapa. After they finish, they might ask, "Did you hear what I said?" You still just say, "a mittapa." Next time, they'll probably stop bothering you, and that's just perfect. Starting by not talking about others' faults, this is truly solid practice. When we're able to do this, only then can your mind become settled. So, starting from not talking about others' faults, eventually you won't even see their faults, not even notice them. It's not that you truly don't know or can't sense when others make mistakes, not at all. You do notice, but you don't dwell on it. You yourself know very clearly whether she's right or wrong, you're well aware, but you absolutely don't let it weigh on your heart. Just like when you're walking down the street and you see someone spitting on the ground, you know that person is in the wrong, but as you walk past, you forget about it. You don't take it to heart at all. You definitely wouldn't roll up your sleeves and go lecture him, saying, "How can you spit on the ground like that?" Or say, "Let me take you somewhere to study Dizigi. You should really learn some traditional culture. How can you behave like this?" You wouldn't do that, right? You just see it, know it's wrong, decide not to follow his example, and then forget about it as you walk on. If someone later asks you, "What did that person look like? When did you see him?" you might not even remember. But in that moment, you clearly knew whether it was right or wrong. Still, you didn't dwell on it. That's what it means to not dwell on others' faults. That's why the sixth patriarch Huaining said, "If you are truly cultivating the way, you won't see others' faults. If you are truly a cultivator, you don't look at other people's mistakes, You just turn your gaze inward and look at your own faults. There are so many of your own faults that you could never finish reflecting on them. How could you have time to worry about others? Where would you find the energy for that? So, by not talking about others' faults and not even seeing them, your mind will become increasingly pure.